I think it's, and I'm not just I think, I know it's extremely important for you here now because elections will happen sometime this year. Already in my previous reports, and every time I was here and met with members of Kosovo government, since the elections in 2010-11, I said electoral reform is important. The EU office said the same, EU member states said the same, everybody said that. And the government had been promising. I remember last time in February when I was here, Prime Minister told me, yes, before the summer electoral reform will be done. It hasn't been done until now. I think that is, I would even say it's a break of a promise that the government, when it came into power in 2011, did to citizens at that time. And I think that is something that should have happened until now, because I'm afraid in the remaining time until the next elections, the reform will only be very minor. Yeah? What I hear is that it's clear that the next president will again be elected from parliament and not in a public vote. It will be only one district as it was before, and there will still be open lists, although probably a bit reduced. Yeah? Not just 5 persons to tick, but only 2 or 3, which I think is an improvement, because 5 I think was simply too much and too much confusion. But I think that's a lack of action by the government, but also by parliament. Yeah? I don't think, I know, parties were not willing to really do a reform, which they would have had to cooperate among themselves. Yeah. So this I regret very much. I think it is necessary because, as I said, it was a big promise done after the last irregular elections of 2010. The Prime Minister was asked, at that time it was by an Austrian media, what time frame he would give, and he said if he would be elected, that was in 2010, then within 6 months Kosovo would have visa-free travel. I criticized it at that time because I always said, no, I don't give any date, because I simply don't know, and the Commission doesn't know it either. So if you say end of this year, I would say no, and I can tell you in between the European elections also mean a new commission. We do not know who the commissioner is going to be. Commissioner Malmström was one very, very progressive, very cooperative. But in the commission, I think hardly ever any commissioner does the same job again in the next commission. So even if she stays in the commission, she will not be the commissioner in charge of visa liberalization. So we don't know yet who that is going to be. So just because of that, yeah, it will not be by the end of the year. After that, 1, 2, 3, 4 years, I don't know. Yeah, and I won't tell you either because I don't know. Yeah, but I would hope. But don't quote me that I'm saying that it will happen. Yeah, I would hope it will be within the next 2 or 3 years. Yeah, but I'm not saying that is the case. Yeah, we also criticize what was proposed last year by the government, that the mandate of EULEX should be ended. I know now that, I know from both sides, from EULEX and from several members of your government, that there is debate on changing a mandate and sort of still going on with cooperation in the judiciary on corruption, organized crime and war crimes. I find that extremely important because in these fields I definitely see that Kosovo, also judiciary, still needs support from the outside. So I'm glad to hear that there will be another, whatever the name is going to be, yeah, under Kosovo authority, but with internationals cooperating and really going and seeing to it that the fight against corruption, against organized crime and against war crimes will continue at the judicial level as well.